Today's topic, we recently watched a really awesome interview between Tom Bilyeu, who some of you may know. I've been following him for a while. Tom Bilyeu is of Impact Theory on YouTube. He's an excellent interviewer, always has really engaging interviews.
Really good.
And he did an awesome interview with Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Or Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Good night. Not enough coffee yet this morning. But anyway, Dr. Joe Dispenza. And we would like to discuss that a little bit because there were some really great points from that interview.
Really good, yeah.
So today's topic, Dr. Joe Dispenza.
So I mean, I agree with you. I think Tom Bilyeu is an excellent interviewer. So if you haven't seen his stuff, go to Impact Theory on YouTube, and we will post a link to that video of his the interview.
How about if I do that
Dr.
right
Joe
now?
Dispenza, yeah, and
I'm going to post a couple because he recently did.
We're going to talk about Moran Cerf as well, who's a neuroscientist.
I'll just go ahead and copy and paste those on.
So the one with Joe Dispenza is quite a recent one. It was posted just I think beginning of June, and we watched it several times. And what's wonderful is Joe Dispenza does a brilliant job of explaining how the brain works. And I've watched quite a lot of his stuff. If you haven't seen his TED Talks, definitely watch those. And he puts it in a very easy to understand way. And in this particular interview, he talks about the fact that everything we experience now is from previous experience, from past experiences. And, this is stuff we already know, of course, but he puts it in a really good way.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought of an analogy this morning when I was thinking about this discussion we're having. And, if you imagine you're standing in front. What I want to say is he talks about the difference between the Newtonian version of reality and the quantum level of reality. So living from the quantum level of reality.
So the Newtonian level of the kind of, if I can summarize that real quick, it's the kind of cause and effect relationship.
Right. So things are happening to me,
right,
as opposed to I am happening to things.
Or
I'm happening to the world.
That I'm causing. I can actually cause things.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and the way I thought of putting it is, if you're the Newtonian version is like standing in front of a printer, and documents are printing out, and on the documents it says, I'm unworthy, I'm stupid, nothing works for me, people don't like me, I haven't got the talent, I can't do this, I can't do that, whatever it is. And these documents are printing out, and you're standing in front of the printer going, I don't know what to do about this, and you're just hopeless. Maybe you try scratching it out and changing it, on the documents. Now, what Joe Dispenza is talking about, the quantum, living from the quantum level of reality, is going over to the computer, getting into the document and simply changing those words. So selecting those phrases and changing them to I'm wonderful, I'm clever, I'm intelligent, people love me, I can do anything, I'm healthy, whatever you want to change. It's going to the computer and changing it in the document there. Then you stand in front of the printer, and what you want is automatically printing out. You're not having to force anything, try and use either just hopelessness and helplessness or trying to scratch it out and change it. It comes out automatically what you want. And that's really what I wanted to talk about mainly. Now, the other thing is, there is a little bit of a missing piece out of what Joe Dispenza talks about.
Right.
And he talks about changing it in your brain so that you automatically get the results you want, which is brilliant. The bit that's missing is that we know that it's childhood memories that are providing the proof of that. So that document on the computer that you're going to change is childhood memories that are providing the proof, the subconscious proof for what you're experiencing now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that the other, I put another link up to a discussion with Dr. Moran Cerf, who some of you may not be aware of. I recently just kind of discovered him as well. I think he's an Israeli neuroscientist who has been doing a lot of work on memory.
Right.
And how we know now that memory recall, every time we end up recalling a memory, it's automatically changed.
Yes.
So the fact that, you know, it's adding that level of scientific gravitas, big word we like to use, that scientific gravitas to what it is that we do.
Right.
That, you know, changing memory is in fact the link here, or what we're saying is the missing link or the addition to what Dr. Joe Dispenza is talking about, and so many others right now.
And you know, you'll see in the interview that Tom Bilyeu does with Moran Cerf that Moran Cerf goes into the nature of memories and the fact that every time you recall a memory, as you say, it changes, and then you file the new version of the memory. So the next time you recall it, it's changed. You recall the new version, and so not only can memories be changed, they're already changing.
Exactly.
Now, again, the missing link is that it's childhood memories that are providing the references, the subconscious references. So what you want to do is, instead of just changing, you know, memories of experiences as an adult, that's okay. But when you do that, your subconscious is still referring to the foundations that were formed when your brain was developing, of who you are and how the world works.
Exactly.
So you change that information, that evidence that proves who you are and how the world works, and everything else is an automatic result. Your results change automatically because you've changed the proof.
Now, I know that we've been fans of Dr. Joe Dispenza for quite a long time, and I know that a lot of what he's talking about, what he's saying, fits really well with what it is that we talk about and teach. But he kind of gets people to that point of taking control of their lives through doing kind of a meditation process.
Yes, and his meditations are actually really good. And before I found out about changing childhood memories, I was already doing Dr. Dispenza's meditations. And in fact, to the point that when I see him interviewed, like on Tom's show, when I hear his voice, I automatically go into a really relaxed state because it's so familiar. And I do recommend his meditations. They're really good. But in addition to that, you need to go back and change the childhood memories, which are providing the proof and the evidence for who you are and how the world works.
Exactly.